kind of had this idea on Instagram Live to kind of turn Instagram Live into a bit of a show. Like I kind of sketch, kind of talk with whoever comes on, like you right now, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that would be so. So what I could do is do a drawing and chat at the same time. Have
Which, by the way, anyone that anyone that has done that, it knows that like it really does take a lot of like concentration. Like for me, I'll get wrapped up and I'll literally stop. I'll stop drawing. I'll stop just like in it. So the fact that you can draw and talk at the same time is is talent. But keep on going, man.
yeah. Anyway, so what I'm thinking, because you know how I've got this vlog and podcast content, I was
Uh-huh.
thinking if I have like an hour or 2 hours of production during the day when I'm working, and I can be drawing, chatting to people, talking to people like yourself, and recording my thoughts like podcast style while I'm drawing too, mainly while I'm shading, because I can talk and shade. I can't talk and draw very well because shading, I don't need as much of my brain.
Gotcha. Yep. I know
and
exactly what you're talking about.
and so at the end of the day, I end up with an hour of content, which can be broken into maybe a couple of podcasts
That's the
and
truth, really.
videos.
It
Yeah,
seems crazy at first, right? And we all need like our mental breaks and stuff like that, but it's actually not as crazy, especially for like this live type stuff, like the podcast or like streaming or like things that you're just there, or like even filmmaking, right? Like with if I had time where I actually sat down and did post production every day for a couple hours, 'cause I'm going to do it anyways, and like I had my mic on, that right there is already like content enough. I do my post production like in the crack at the like crack of dawn or early or late at night, so it doesn't really work out that way. But yeah, I think it's a great idea because one, you get real conversations, two, it shows your art, and three, it's just almost like endless content, like you're saying, like you just are, and also it's formatted well too because it's in vertical, how most people are actually seeing it anyways. I'm honestly amazed at what happens with like consistency. A lot of people don't want to put in the hard work. A lot of people don't want to put in like the consistency, um, and it really is just the key, Instead of, and also not doing it because you're trying to make X amount of money. Like I've found so much joy in just like every month I'll end up setting some new whatever goal. Sometimes I don't make it, sometimes I do, but it's just about like putting out creative content. And from that, people see that. They see the genuine, what is it? Genuine?
genuine.
The, the authenticity. I can't even say that either. Authenticity.
It's late in the day.
Yeah, they see it in you, and it's, you know what I mean. Like, I think what you're doing is amazing. Has finished up what I've been doing like with my client work, and it's been real interesting because it's like before with like promotional films and things like that, like there'd always be like this weird thing of like, can I share this? Can I not share this? Can I do all these different things? And I've been doing what's called, and I just kind of made this up, a co-op discount to any of my clients. I'll just kind of put it on there automatically. It's like 10% off or whatever. And what happens is, and most people have been doing it, is, one second, is like, it pretty much is like I can bring a shooter with me if I want. And like any of the content that I capture, any of that type of stuff, I can use for my own personal stuff too. And what happens is I'm able to show like so much of the behind the scenes and so much of the actual work that goes into it. Like right now, you're showing the work that goes into the final piece. And I got you, Matt.
I'm causing. Sorry, man.
You're okay. But It's man, it's not. It's just about pushing yourself, you know. And I think you got it all the way, man.
And I also think that I also think that it might be for other people who might want to do kids book stuff with me or whatever. When I'm the kind of product that I'd be selling would be, I don't only illustrate your kids book, but I show the entire process
Yep.
of working with the client. I show it being created in front of your face, and that can be shared out to not only all my social, but to all their social if they're the
Yep.
author. And that's got to be a product which is pretty exciting for someone who wants to write a kids book.
It really is for people that are just looking for good, wholehearted people that can do the job well. I think that's the difference in today's age where there's so much content. Like you get on, you see someone's work, you also see them doing the work. You understand what it's going to be like as a client, and then also not only that, you're inspiring other artists. That's what's crazy about it. That's the cool part about it. Like you're inspiring other creators on the flip of that. And they're like, maybe one day they're like, I really don't feel like drawing. I really don't feel like doing this. And then you pop on with your live. You're like, yeah, but Andy's doing it. But Andy's doing it. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead. Just put in that work.
And Fextagram says people love to see the process. I totally agree with that. And also, it adds a human authenticity. And that's kind of what I thought. I've done a little vlog about this where I've said, in the future, we're going to be pretty much, when we get taken over by robots, which we will, even the robots can pretty much create amazing artwork and all this stuff. But
I think I listened to that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, but what robots won't be able to do is add the human touch or add the human backstory to the work that's being created. So really, personal brand is what's going to save art in the future. That's my opinion.
True, man. True personal brand. I can speak for an hour about this, man. If anyone is stuck in like that kind of like, it's almost like it's almost like old school like TV is to YouTube, man. It's just like it's smart because you can go any direction. If you decided to do, like you talk about your lawn cutting and all that type of stuff, man. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. Like if the person is connected to you, Andy, like anything that you're talking about, you know what? I'm just gonna start trying to learn how to cook, and mess with it because it's already Andy. If you're culinary arts co, it's gonna be hard for you to make that transition to cutting lawns and things like that. Like it literally was the reason why I quote unquote quit my business Start Right. Like it was a great name. I had a great domain. I had good clients and stuff like that. But it was just like I wanted to be Will Mosley. I wanted to just be me, the dad, the whatever. I didn't want to have to try to be like, oh man, is show this startup business is me having a kid in the background, not professional. Like it just, and I don't know if that just came with growth or just being a dad or being whatever. I don't know, but it's so freeing. It's just one aspect of the whole everything that we do, but it's super freeing when you can just be yourself on social.
Yeah, and totally. And if people call up, clients call up, and there's kids in the background, they know you. They know what to expect. They, it takes that out of it. I mean, I know when I was running my mobile cinema, I'd always, when I'm writing my emails, I'll say, I'm currently out of the office. So to start off with, I didn't have an office.
Yeah.
And secondly, I'd say, we'll get back to you as soon as we're back in the office. So like it's me.
We. That's funny. Same thing, man. I thought like when I first started freelancing, right? I was like, I have to be this big name. Like how are these other giants? How are these other people doing it? I got to have all this stuff. And man, it's so true. Just like you being yourself, you being exactly who you are, all the nuances, all the crazy, like all that stuff is what draws other people to you because they vibe with that. And we've talked about this before, but it's I'm hoping that in the next year, as I grow and grow and do more of the same thing, like I hope that other people are able to gain a little bit of the confidence and do it themselves and just understand like their own self-worth and their own value, because we all have it. It's just we've been like pressed down by so many different voices and so many different things that really like we feel and think we're like, oh well, I can't do that, I don't have a college degree, like
Yeah.
duh, I suck already, or I dropped out of college, I suck already, or I didn't graduate at all, I didn't, or I'm working this dead end job. Like in For me, it's like that's a piece, but that's not all of you. And if you're able to start to create and do stuff for your own self, like that keeps that confidence grows and grows and grows.
Instagram agrees. Hell yes. Wow, this is awesome. I recently returned to freelance and I'm trying to sort it out. Yeah, I
Awesome,
mean,
man. That's amazing. Like freelance. So this is the interesting part about freelancing and everything else that comes with it. When you get that amazing career, right? That amazing job you always dreamed about, that once in a lifetime chance. All of a sudden, you put all of your value, all of your self worth in that. You're like, oh, whatever. And what happens is you actually, because you put all of that right there, like say you get fired from that job or something happens and you lose it, all your own self worth goes with it, and you can really get in a bad place in a slump. And but if you were consistently, like Andy, is
thank
doing, if you're consistently just putting out your own creative work, putting out creative content regardless, just consistently honing your own craft regardless, what that does, and if you're showing it on social, that's continuing to grow respect and brand and everything else that comes with that. So say you do love that job that you have. Like I have a really awesome job that I love, a awesome full-time that I do 4 days a week, and I love the
yeah,
job. But what also, is a really smart, and I'm going to try to recommend this to anyone, is instead of working 5 days, if you are like in that kind of spot where you have to work a day job, work 4 days. Like see if
yeah,
you can buy with 4 days, not 5 days. And what you can do with that fifth day, and maybe if you don't have that much stuff going on, that sixth day, you really can focus on freelancing and growing your brand. If you've already made the jump to freelance, like bro,
yeah,
like you know what it is to survive. Like you gotta fight. You gotta go.